Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards explains why she's defensive over Mauricio Umansky amid separation. As Kyle Richards continues to navigate her separation from Mauricio Umansky, there's one thing she doesn't need from her family and friends. On an episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show, which you can watch above, Kyle and Erica Jane talked about meeting with Kyle's sister, Kathy Hilton, to discuss the details of the split. When Kathy tried to make Kyle feel better by poking fun at Mauricio's looks in older age during The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 Episode 2, Kyle wasn't exactly here for it. She's sticking up for her sister. Come on, Erica began in the after-show clip as Kyle explained why the gesture wasn't her cup of tea. I think Kathy thinks that's sticking up for me, but I don't need anyone to put him down to make me feel better, she shared. I care about him, and I don't like when people make jokes or comments like that. I get defensive. Kyle went on to explain that she doesn't think her sister has any ill will toward Mauricio, but that's her logic of trying to make Kyle feel better, considering the situation. All the same, Kyle doesn't need to hear it. People will say that, and I'm like, it's ok. Kyle at The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 reunion. Mauricio Umansky attends the Elton John AIDS Foundation annual viewing party with Tequila Don Julio at West Hollywood Park on March 12, 2023 in West Hollywood, California. Photo: Griffin Nagel/Bravo, Vivian Kililia/Getty Images. What Kathy whispered about Mauricio to Erica at the reunion. I would be so jealous. Kyle Richards makes a major admission about Morgan Wade. Is this a crush? Kyle Richards reveals new details on Mauricio's airport photos. He got a tongue lashing. In addition to the RHOBH after show, Kyle spoke about the details of her divorce from Mauricio at the RHOBH Season 14 reunion. During Part 3 of the dramatic sit-down, Jennifer Tilly asked Kyle directly if Mauricio wants to get back together. Related, Kyle Richards reveals the shocking thing Mauricio has never said since their split. I know he regrets things that have happened that got us to this place, Kyle responded. I don't know if he wants to get back together because he has never said that. While the mom of four hasn't directly said whether she wants to reconcile with her ex, she has expressed regret about how things unfolded. I mean, I have regrets for both of us allowing us to get to this place, she shared. I wish that we had communicated better when things started bubbling up. Kyle Richards during The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 reunion. Photo: Bravo. Kathy made her stance clear during a conversation with Andy Cohen, saying she hopes the couple reunites because she doesn't like things to change. As for the root of their issues, Kyle clarified they weren't caused by RHOBH. We were strong throughout the show, she said. He was always my biggest supporter. Instead, Kyle pointed to outside pressures like money, traveling, fame, his business, the agency, the attention he was getting as contributing to the split. For decades, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky were considered one of the strongest couples in the Real Housewives universe. Their love story, filled with laughter, family traditions, and business triumphs, was held up as the gold standard of stability on reality television. But when news broke in 2023 that the pair had separated after 27 years of marriage, fans were shocked. The whispers that followed weren't just about the split. It was about why Kyle seemed so fiercely protective of Mauricio, even as their relationship shifted into uncharted territory. Now Kyle is opening up about why she gets defensive when people question her loyalty to her estranged husband, and her explanation paints a far more layered picture of love, family, and the complicated nature of endings. A love that shaped a lifetime. Kyle and Mauricio's story has been played out publicly for years, thanks to her role on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Viewers watched their marriage blossom against the backdrop of Hollywood glamour and the chaos of reality TV. Their household was filled with 4 daughters, Farrah, Alexia, Sophia, and Portia, along with birthday parties, family vacations, and the occasional on-camera spat. Still, by comparison to many of her fellow housewives, Kyle's marriage looked unshakable. Mauricio, who built the agency into one of the most successful luxury real estate firms in the country, seemed endlessly devoted to his wife. Kyle, meanwhile, often praised him as her anchor. That's why the announcement of their separation felt like the rug had been pulled out from under fans. But Kyle insists that love doesn't vanish just because a marriage changes. He's still my person. In a recent sit-down conversation, Kyle explained why she bristles when people criticize Mauricio. "I know people expect me to be bitter or angry," she said. "That's the script we've all been given about separation, that you're supposed to pick sides, tear each other down, or move on like it never mattered. But that's not my reality. Mauricio and I built a life together. He's still my person in so many ways. Just because the marriage has changed doesn't erase everything we shared." Kyle admitted that hearing negative comments about Mauricio, whether from strangers on social media or whispers within Beverly Hills circles, strikes a nerve. "It feels personal, like they're attacking part of me too," she explained. "He's the father of my children, the man who stood by me through the hardest times, and someone I'll always love. So yes, I get defensive, because he deserves that respect." Navigating love in a new form. The Richards-Umansky separation has sparked countless rumors. Did Kyle leave him for someone else? Were there financial strains? Did fame finally wedge them apart? Kyle has acknowledged that the speculation sometimes feels louder than the truth. "People want a villain," she sighed. "They want to point at someone and say, 'That's why this ended.' But sometimes relationships just shift. We grew, we changed, and we realized we weren't the same people we were at 26 years old. That doesn't make either of us bad, it just makes us human." Kyle emphasized that she and Mauricio still share dinners with their daughters, celebrate milestones as a family, and maintain deep affection for one another. "It confuses people because they want to fit us into a box, married or divorced, together or not. But right now, we're figuring out this middle ground, and that middle ground deserves grace, not judgment." The weight of the public eye. Of course, being a housewife means separation isn't just a private matter. Every glance, every word, every Instagram post gets dissected by fans and critics alike. When Kyle appeared close with country singer Morgan Wade, the gossip mill went into overdrive. Suddenly, her marriage wasn't just about her and Mauricio, it was everyone's business. "That's the hardest part," Kyle admitted, "when you're trying to process something deeply personal, and people are writing their own scripts about it online. They don't see the quiet moments, the tears at 2 a.m., or the conversations you have with your kids. They just see headlines." She added that defending Mauricio sometimes feels like defending herself. "I've built my career on reality TV, so I understand people feel connected to my story, but there are parts of our relationship that are sacred. When I hear things about him that are unfair, I can't just sit back. I want people to remember the good, not just the rumors." Family above all. Kyle and Mauricio's 4 daughters have been a guiding light in how the couple approaches their separation. For Kyle, protecting them is at the heart of why she speaks carefully and passionately about Mauricio.